Hello YouTube, welcome back. So, based on the uploads, it's not gonna feel that way, but it's been 5 weeks since I recorded the last of the videos of the episodes, and a lot has happened. So, as I've mentioned in the previous one, I went to do some traveling. I went to take a holiday. To the coast of Colombia, so like to the Caribbean coast in the north. Not everything went according to the plan, which, yeah, I'll get to that. As always, or as before, I'm gonna put like the footage of everything that I've been doing like on the side while I'm talking to make it a bit more interesting. But yeah, so first I went to Cartagena, which is like one of the main tourist spots, it's where all the gringos go. And yeah, I mean, it was cool. It's hot as fuck. Like, Medellin, I was complaining about the heat in Medellin, but that was actually nice in comparison. It was like 30 tops and like pretty much stable, and the air was being cleared with like the daily rain and stuff. But in the coast, no, it's like 40 plus, and I was suffering a lot. I'll cover that in a minute. Obviously, I'm not there anymore. I'm now back in my parents' house. As you can see, I don't know if you can still see him. You can still see his fat ass. Isn't he, fat boy? Here with my cat again. Yeah, I'll cover the heat thing in a minute. But yeah, basically I went there and I was just being a tourist. I was gonna go there only for like 5 days and then come back, right? So I was being a full-on tourist. I came in, I did like, fucking sunset on a boat, and then the next day I went to like a full day tour of, it was like the mud volcano where I broke my bracelet, actually, the one I had, the sacred arm ring. I'm gonna have to get that fixed. Hopefully I can find a bronze smith here in Czech, which, yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go, but we'll see. So they got broken in the mud volcano. Again, I'll put that here, I don't know, whichever side. I'm gonna put that on the screen. Then, yeah, we did like it was like on a canoe thing. Yeah. We threw out like, quote, a jungle, rivers kind of thing. That was pretty cool. I tried fishing, as in like, the net fishing where you throw the net and then you're trying to get like little fish in the river, and that was pretty cool. I was learning. I did horse riding the next day, like again with the sunset, like you're just riding on a horse on the beach. That was cool. I got some pretty dope pictures and videos from that. An interesting experience because it was my first time sitting on a horse ever, which is ironic since I want to be a rancher in the future, right? But yeah, I know it was cool. But I mean, I think I would have been better off with a bigger horse. Obviously, he could handle my weight, but like, I feel like I struggled a little bit, and yeah, it just felt unstable because he was so skinny between my legs. It just felt like, it's the same like with motorbikes. Like when you have a skinny one, you just feel unstable. Whereas when you have a big one, even though it's more powerful and harder to handle, you feel more stable. So it was the same. So I just feel like I'd need like a thicker, bigger horse to be able to ride him properly. Pause. But yeah, outside of that, it was pretty cool. My first time went well. Didn't get thrown off or anything. Didn't fall off, so that was something. I'll definitely need to keep practicing though. And then what? Oh yeah, and then the main day, I went on like a tour over the Caribbean islands, like 5 islands that you take, like it's like little private islands. You take a tour on them, like they're doing like just like, yeah, beaches and stuff, but also there was like the aquarium. So I went to that, swam with dolphins and shit. But then during that day, it was like 8-9 hours, despite wearing factor 60, but supposed to reapply, which I forgot about. But yeah, I got horribly burned, like horribly. I had second degree sunburns with like, I had this whole thing was covered in blisters. I show a picture. The picture doesn't do it justice because I did it the first day, like the day after the morning off, and it only shows it here and here. But after I took the picture, within like an hour or two, it actually filled out the whole thing and the blisters got bigger. So that was fun. So I ended up having to stay there I couldn't, I had to cancel going to San Andres because that was more beach time, which I couldn't do because I had to not be in the sun. So I just ended up prolonging my stay in Cartagena, where I was effectively just hiding in a hotel for a week during the day. And then in the evening, I'd just go out and have some social activities. But when the dark came, when the sun was gone, so that was kind of ridiculous and boring because I was just sitting around, sleeping and sitting around because I'm scheduled so I wouldn't have to work, right? So I just had nothing to do. So I was just sitting around watching fucking YouTube and shit for the most part. So that was my holiday. I went like a little trip to a different city. Like there was like 2 or 3 hours in a car to get there. And during that car ride, despite eating nothing, I got food poisoning somehow. So instead of like those 3 days that I was supposed to have in there and have like time of my life, I ended up spending the first night sleeping in the bathroom because I couldn't leave. Even those 5 steps to bed, it was too far because might not make it back. So that was great. It was coming out both ends, which was lovely. So then Friday, I was just sleeping basically all day. And then so I went there Thursday and then Friday and then Saturday I just kind of mostly just watched YouTube videos because I didn't have fuck all to do because I was still feeling like shit. And then Sunday morning I was flying away. So great holiday. But it was still cool. Like I still have some nice experiences. The main thing I made a Instagram reel about this was like dealing with not being optimal, like with my training and food and stuff, because it ended up being for 4 weeks. Like the holiday was like 2.5 or something, but then I had to fly back. Then I only had like 1 or 2 days in Medellin before I flew back to UK. And then 2 days later or a day and a half later, I was flying to Prague, and then from Prague back to home, and from home to, like my parents' home to a different city in Czech, all in one day, to attend the wedding of my friend, which I'll cover in the next video. But yeah, it was brutal. So I had 4 weeks of zero training, like not much movement outside of like walking around, a beach. But then again, on that week, I didn't move. The week after, I didn't move. So I barely moved at all. And I was eating, I keep saying I've been eating like an asshole. That's not true. Like I would just have hotel breakfast, which was eggs or whatever. And then, but because I couldn't leave, I was just ordering stuff from like the restaurant in the hotel for the full week. And the week before, when I was moving around, again, it was on the go. So I was just eating, and basically was eating in restaurants because I was just in hotels. No kitchen, nothing. So yeah, I was just eating in restaurants. The only thing in that little fridge that I had in my hotels was Monsters and water. Because in Cartagena and on the coast in general, you can't drink the tap water. The locals manage because they're adjusted to it, but as a foreigner, you can't. It will send you. The night that I had on the toilet would have been the whole thing, not just one night. So yeah, so you have to buy water as well, but it's cheap, so it's fine. So I was just buying water. I would just always walk into the corner shop and get like 5 bottles of water and 5 cans of Monster, or like 2 cans, 2, 3, whatever I do. It was like cool. Yeah, anyway, just a little anecdote. So that was my diet. So basically, even though I was eating somewhat okay in terms of choices, the macros and calories were all over the fucking place. And so like, yeah. And like, it wasn't easy for me psychologically. Like the first week or two, fine, because there was a holiday. But then after, when it was getting longer and longer, like eating on the go, buying shit on a train and plane and airports and stuff, it was starting to get to me. Because like, people might wonder, like, or you might wonder watching this, like, why would you need to cope with eating, quote, normal? But it's just like, because it's not normal for me. For me, the bodybuilding diet is normal. I've been doing that for fucking 17 years. I'm 32, 3. So like, for over half of my life, basically my entire life when it comes down to it, because the first 15 years, I was just ate whatever fucking my mother gave me. So like, my entire autonomous life, I've been eating that way. So eating, quote, normally is not normal for me. It's weird. And it hits me mentally because it's just like I'm not doing everything I could. I'm starting to look like shit. I'm getting soft. I'm losing muscle. I'm getting fat, and all of that is true. But like, yeah, it's just it's psychologically hard for me. Even not using the scale for the whole time I was there was a bit like, I don't know. It's a good practice for when I'm eventually retired from bodybuilding, I guess. But at the same time, like, eh, I don't know how I feel about it. So, yeah. I mean, look, I had fun. I did some things in there, as every tourist. And, I did go clubbing once actually in Cartagena. Just was like, well, it's Cartagena. It's what you're supposed to do. So I went once. And I was fucking miserable. It just reminded me, oh, I don't do it because I fucking hate it. It was too many people, too loud. Everyone's smashed. You can't even like pee in the toilet. How disgusting it is. Like, but nah, it was just. I did have drinks and stuff, but it didn't help. So it's just like fuck all of that. So yeah, but I still had a good night because when I got home there was nighttime activities. So that was pretty good. That was really good. That was actually, that could be a video of its own because it was fucking insane. You know the saying, never stick your dick in crazy? It was that. So yeah. Anyway, I'll end it there on that very interesting note. Next video, we'll talk about my friend's wedding. Because yeah, it was pretty cool, and I looked fucking amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I still really can rock classic attire. So yeah, I will see you in the next one.